Hey guys, day two. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and let you guys know that I drew some pretty pictures for you today. Hooray, pretty pictures. Let's talk about them. Number one, this is how I plan to solve the energy crisis for the truck. Biofuels, not going to happen. As it turns out, there is no way in hell to run a over the road tractor trailer on biofuels. You're not going to be able to fuel up on biofuel every single time. You're going to have to use low sulfur diesel at one point or another. So my hypothesis changed a little bit. And instead of asking how can I get the truck to run on cleaner alternative energy, how can I get the truck to use less of the energy that it uses now? Um, which brings me to my solution. First, I'm gonna jerry rig a little an old alternator kind of sort of deal with the coils and the magnets and whatnot, and generate electricity, which will charge a second bank of batteries underneath the bottom bunk, which will be here in this compartment. Second bank of batteries, about four batteries strung together, wired to a solar panel, which will go in the skylight, and this little wind generator. So while the truck's moving, it'll recharge the batteries. And if there's a weekend where there's no loads and the truck has to sit over the weekend, as the sun beams down on it during the day, that'll power the second battery bank, and the inverter inside the truck, the power inverter, will actually run off the second bank. So while you're sitting and you're watching your TV and you're cooking yourself a meal and you got the tunes going, or you got the light on up on the top so you can read a book or whatever the heck you're doing, all run off the second bank of batteries, and it all runs off of alternative energies. So that way, you're not using diesel fuel to power the first bank, with the alternator running to power the first bank of batteries, and you can still be entertained. Which also brings me to my second oof, uh, brainstorm. Um, Heating pads and turbofans. Now, bus drivers use these all the time, and it keeps the driver nice and cool. We've all ridden the school bus before. It's only the cool, spoiled rich kids that have cars, or at least any of the cool cars, anyway. I've known a few nerds who actually held summer jobs and got themselves a little, shitty Honda Civics and whatnot. But I never hung out with them because they were the kind of nerds that didn't really regard me in high esteem. Ah, look at me now, bitches. Katie, quick, this means you. Anyway, so another huge idea. How about putting a heating pad, a heating bunk pad? Actually, they heat the entire bunk. It's not just like a heating pad for your back. You plug it into the wall and you lay down on it, or you put it on top of you and you lay on your stomach or something. Heat your back or heat your arm or heat your shoulders, or those kind of things. No, this thing is a big rolled out pad, and put your you put your blankets and stuff on top of this pad, and you can turn it high, you can turn it low, and basically what you're doing is you are uh, providing climate control for your bunk separate. So there will be one in the top bunk, one in the bottom bunk, and there you go. Um, no running the truck at all while the truck's not moving. So you have a load and you're driving, truck's running. But if you're sitting, you gotta stop overnight. Well, I'm tired. Well, I'm way too tired to drive too, dude. Well, we're both out of hours, whatever. Because you can only drive for 70 hours a week. I'll explain how that works in a second. So, um, I lost my train of thought because Lizzie distracted me for a second. Oh, right. Solar panel for the daytime when the truck's not moving, and the little windmill generator thingy for when the truck's moving. It's got a little backstop on it. All you gotta do is roll down the window, stick it on top of the window, and roll the window up. and it'll compress like this between the window and the door and stay nice and tight in there. And the wind coming off the truck as the truck moves will spin the little prop and generate some electrical current for you. Now, these are only reserve batteries. If your guy in back can't sleep or something, he wants to watch a movie while you're driving, he flips a switch. That'll go from auxiliary power to main power, and that main power will go into in the bank one, which is the main bank of batteries that will actually run while the truck's running. So you save power. You're not draining power during the day while the truck's moving and you're recharging these batteries because that just causes wear and tear on the cells. You would actually run off of one bank with the rest of the power for the truck and run off the second bank for the other stuff too when your truck's sitting and not moving. Give me back my pencil. Look at you broke my lead. You don't even have a pencil sharpener. How rude. And you ate it. Why are you eating graphite? Ah, bad baby. She didn't really eat it. She just colored her face with it. You don't draw on your face with pencil. Where's that marker? Where's my marker? Okay, sorry guys. That's marker. She likes drawing. Anyway, go play. Not with Daddy's phone. I have eyes in the back of my head, dude. Gimme. Now go play. So, idea number 2, bookshelf. Here's the top bunk. Top bunk swings down and it stays flush with this cabinet. That'll be at the bunk's foot or the head, whichever way you decide to sleep. So right on top of that swing, no, right on top of that swing will be a bookshelf. With just enough room for the bunk to swing down and up, but basically keeping things tight in there. Bookshelf. What do nerd fighters like to read? Hey, how about a writing exercise book like this one that I just happen to have lying around? How about some textbooks like freshman college level language books and physics books and stuff? Like the textbooks. Nerd fighters love learning. They're always keeping their minds sharp, man, because nerd fighters need to ninja karate chop people with their skills of nerdiness. So that's one thing. Plus, at the head of the bunk, so basically you're laying like this. Your head's facing this way towards the driver's side. Your feet are at the passenger side. So that way, if something were to happen and the books come flying down, they come flying down on your shins, which hurts a hell of a lot less than coming and flying down on your head. And I plan to, on the top of this bookshelf, by the way, I plan to have it secured with either a lip like this, or just like a cargo net around the top. I can get them anywhere. Just make them, thread them together, braid them, whatever. So that's that. Now, for tech. There's 2 different things I want to talk about. Driver tech, stuff that the driver needs to stay comfortable, and Nerdfighter tech, stuff that makes this truck separate from a redneck trucker or a indie musician drummer kind of driver guy. And I'll explain the difference right now. So you have your NASCAR loving hillbillies, and I love them. I love all my drivers. But you have your NASCAR loving hillbilly guys. The ones who got the Dale Earnhardt blanket hung up behind them, and the big old Confederate flag curtain. Keep the sun out while they're sleeping. Yeah. Me, not so much. So, I went online And I found this lady who does like fleece blankets, and I asked her to do the like that Wikipedia logo. So like, I guess it would be more like this, with the nerd fighters and stuff, and the skull and the crossbones. It just says nerd fighters on it. And it's gonna be all black, white, making a blanket, and that's gonna hang up behind me. And then my curtains, I don't know what they're gonna be yet. I'm thinking like I seen this really cool truck curtain, and it was of the galaxy, like the Milky Way galaxy. And it was just this big picture, and it had like all the planets and stuff on it, and like all these big constellation patterns and stuff. It's pretty cool. Space is nerdy, right? I mean, I can't go designing everything. It cost me an arm and a leg. And I would like to keep making money off this truck so I can buy a second one and have like a fleet of nerd fighting, awesome green carbon footprint reducing semi tractors and just go around and spread the gospel of this is how you should live your life on the road because this is better for you. Anyway, so this is Nerdfighter Tech now. Laptop, uh, PS3, Xbox 360, something like that. Running off a small plasma monitor. Plasma monitors take up less space. They're more eco friendly, green star efficient and whatnot. Blah yada 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 yada. Take less watts to run. And plus, if you have a small Xbox like the Connect bundle, the one that's wireless, you can get the little wireless adapter for the Xbox, and you can still play your DVDs. If you get bored of watching a movie, screw it. Dude, I want to play a game. I want to shoot some people. And then you got the little wireless card. All big truck stops like TA Pilot, Flying J, um, most of really all the ones I ever stop at. But anyway, all those have Wi-Fi. You just gotta go inside, pay at the front desk. It's free for the whole day. So, you got that option. Um, your laptop. I always carry a little printer with me, just in case I need to, print out a document for the truck. Like say I forget my registration at home for whatever only God knows, what kind of reason that would be. But if I leave my registration or something at home, print it out on the truck, then I have it with me. Driver tech, refrigerator, microwave, GPS, and Sirius satellite radio, and that's about it, really. Oh, there's this little adapter I want to buy that actually fits into a laptop, the headphone jack for a laptop, or for like a small TV, like the audio jacks for that, and it plays the audio inside the truck's speaker system, inside the truck's God, what do you stereo, the truck stereo, which is basically like acting like surround sound because there are speakers in the back bunk, and that's actually where your subwoofer is too, I believe. Or where subwoofer would be, subwoofer. Why can't I talk today? Um, Last but not least, CB radio. Gotta have one. Some drivers don't drive without them. If you check out my book, Princess Lizzie, I think the download's now $3.99. It'll probably go down to like $1 or something over the weekend. But download my book, Princess Lizzie. There's a story in there about me and my trainer, Steve, who's now my really good friend and helping me out with this project. Him and I kind of fit the nerd bill together. So um, him and I were trying to pull this guy over because he had a fire on his drive. His drive axles were on fire, and he's just going down the highway at 65 miles an hour like nothing's wrong because he doesn't know. We're trying to talk to him on the CB radio, and he doesn't have one. So he is none the wiser, and hilarity ensues. So that's that, basically in a nutshell. And I will definitely keep you guys informed on what's going on. Until then, DFTBA.